The man woke up and found his villa had turned into a shabby house, but when he looked closely he smiled with joy. It looked exactly like his old home torn down 30 years ago. When he saw the wine bottle on the table, his head burst with pain. A painful memory rushed back. 30 years ago, he watched helplessly as his fiancée Annie was assaulted by a bully. He was too afraid to fight back. Annie was badly hurt and became mentally unstable. Thinking of this, he angrily slapped himself several times. Suddenly he thought of something. He ran to check the calendar. He realized he had traveled back to 1990, and today was the day his fiancée would be harmed. He grabbed a tool and called his best friend, then rushed toward Annie's house. At that moment Annie was on her way home. Halfway there she was stopped by the bully. At the critical moment, the man arrived in time. He swung his hoe and charged forward. The bully froze in shock. The once timid John had become fearless. The bully tried to threaten him with his family's power, but John had already seen too much in 30 years. He was not afraid anymore. Then the bully said Annie's father had already promised her to him, and told John not to overestimate himself. But John did not back down. He held Annie's hand tightly and firmly declared he would marry her. His friend reminded him, Annie's father had a condition. Only a man with 10,000 in savings could marry his daughter. John knew he came from the year 2023, so becoming wealthy would not be hard. He confidently promised before New Year's Eve he would give her a prosperous life. His friend was doubtful, but hearing the words 10,000, he was still excited. The bully was not finished. He stormed into John's house and demanded repayment of debt. He threatened to drive them out if they could not pay. The mother knelt down in fear. Just then John returned. He promised to repay the debt himself. The bully mocked him for being poor. Even his mother feared he was bluffing, but John calmly said the deadline was New Year's Eve. Today was only the 23rd. There were still several days left. He guaranteed every cent would be repaid. The bully sneered at his arrogance and warned if he failed, he would have to work in the coal mine for him. John agreed without hesitation. His mother burst into tears. She wanted to borrow money from her brother, but John told her not to hope for that. He promised in 7 days he would turn their family into a wealthy household. His mother half believed and half doubted. She thought her son was just talking nonsense, but John said firmly he already had a plan. He told her to wait for the good days. His mother sighed and said as long as he was safe, she was willing to believe anything. John looked at his mother and vowed he would only marry Annie.